Hey everyone, we're back in the studio here at a shared universe. It's Cullen on film, and I'm here with the Cremer brothers today. It's nice to be back in the studio instead of just my computer at home, so it's kind of cool. I don't even know why, I just wasn't here. I live right down the street, so. But we're back, and it's really cool to be podcasting again and be live here. And you guys just came back recently, right? So I wanted to get, before going back in time, I wanted to talk about your trip to with the Carolinas.
Yeah, North Carolina.
Yeah. So how was that filming? Like, so a lot of our filmmakers are Jersey, New York, and we're always filming here and that, and like we never get a chance to go. How was it?
So actually, in hindsight, it was really fun.
Yeah.
But obviously, in the moment, a lot of work and some disasters. Like, for instance, the water tank to the house we were staying in was so rusted that we didn't have water for a few days.
What?
It was so bad that like we didn't know how to fix it. So we're like, you know what? Let's try anything. So we're putting tape, like flex tape, which by the way, waste of money.
Oh wow.
Caulk, anything. And when we touched it, the metal part with the rust, we could see how rusted it was, and it literally poked a hole in it.
Oh no.
And it was like, okay, we need a new water tank here.
Wow. So how'd they get a new one for you? They had that.
Well, it was actually the producer's, Melissa
house.
Malone. It was her mom's house we were filming at, because they have a shipping container built into the side of a mountain.
Wow.
So that inspired them to write this web series.
Wow.
So we were lucky. Her mom already knew that they had to replace it, so it got fixed. And we're also fortunate that they live right next to a creek.
No.
So
You jumped in the creek?
The four producers were out there filling up jugs of water so that we could flush toilets.
Oh no.
And we're sitting there like, I don't think this has ever happened on a film set ever. This is...
Wow. So is this in the middle of nowhere?
Oh yeah.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah, Murphy, North Carolina.
It's about 20 minutes to the closest to like town.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
up a mountain.
Like you got to drive around like crazy roads
Oh yeah.
and stuff.
Oh god, yes.
I hate that.
When we got there the first night, it was dark, and we had to go up the mountain, all these windy roads, and I couldn't see anything as I'm driving. I was trying to keep the guy in front of me, so because I could see he knew what he was doing.
Oh
but
wow.
Those roads were nuts.
I was just talking. Someone was talking about driving in like Colorado and like way out west, and you're in these mountains, and there's no like. You're driving and curving, and you look down, and it is like straight down. It scares the hell out of me. I can't do that. I can't even drive Bear Mountain in New York. It scares me to death.
Yeah.
I don't know how people do that. You mess up and go right off.
Oh, that's what I said. I was like, I didn't know that's what it was going to be like. Like, and now I'm not going to try it at night. Like, I'm not going back there unless it's daytime.
So there's like no lights driving at night.
Yeah, there's no street lights. There's no houses to light the way. There was nothing. I tried to use the car in front of me to guide as much as I could, 'cause I couldn't see anything.
You guys should have. Do you have ideas to make another short or a feature from your experience?
We always had an idea to do a film
While you were there, right?
about
Or-
filmmaking,
oh.
but like on the indie level, where everything's just a disaster, but you're doing what you love, so it's okay. So I think a lot of this is going to end up in whatever we do with that.
It's like the Money Pit, but like, ever see that movie?
Yeah.
But it might not be as funny, but it could be funny because it could be real. It's real.
Yeah, it would be one of those movies where like, filmmakers would watch it and just be like, they feel the pain and they don't think anything else is funny, but outsiders will think it's hilarious.
I just did that with my sink. I went underneath and I don't know, the plumbing looked kind of bad and it looked kind of rusted. I grabbed it and just in my hands it just went away and like cut up, and there was just nothing there, and the water gushed out. So I had to call someone really right away, the plumbing, and get that. And I was like, God, it costs a lot of money just for that pipe. Like, I tried to go like to buy my own little thing and do it myself, and like it's soldered and stuff. I'm like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I don't know how people do that stuff. It's hard. So, what were you guys doing down there? Just to explain to people.
We were filming a web series called Kith and Kin. It's from Outtake Productions, who make Or So the Story Goes, and they produced The Angry Man, and they brought us on as co-producers. which we also co-produced The Angry Man. And I've said it before. I think they wanted to get us into the web series like community because it's supposedly like a much more collaborative community than film, where film is pretty competitive.
Yeah.
They're supposedly a lot nicer and they're willing to work with.
Now, are they like smaller episodes? Is that how that works with the web series? Like, because they used to be like, what, 3-minute episodes, but do they make them longer now? Or
Yeah, they have. It varies per episode, but like the first episode's usually roughly 15 minutes. The last episode's usually about that too. But it's a little kind of no real standard, I don't think, anymore, or right now.
I think it's probably why it's popular because there's no limitations. You can do what you want to do. We've watched one that was like 20-minute episodes.
And some are like 8 minutes.
Do they release them all at the same time, or do you do a little like increments? Is it like Netflix now, where you did the whole season out?
Yeah, I'm not sure because I know with because they also produced one called Block Watch. I forgot about that one. That one they would do once a week. They would release an episode. But this. I know, I can't remember for how long, but for the first stretch, it's going to be exclusive to Sika TV. So I'm not sure how it's going to be done, if it's going to be all at once or if it's per episode.
Is that TV, like, how do you get that? Do you have to pay like, a service?
That's a free app, actually. You
Free
just
app.
download it and you can watch all of their content.
Well, that's pretty cool. That's awesome. There's so many things these days, I can't keep up with everything anymore. I just, well, this is on this app and this and this. I'm like, oh. I can't follow.
I know, because when Amazon did their thing where they basically screwed over all the independent filmmakers, I was like, found all the stuff I wanted to watch. I was like, wait, it's on Tubi. Whatever the hell it is, that Tubi. I was like, okay.
So they moved everything off?
Yeah, well, not everything.
Or a lot?
I don't know how. I don't know exactly what they did. I just know that, like.
No, they pay, like, they went down to, like a quarter of a penny every, like, 1,000.
Yeah, but they went even
million.
They went even worse, though, because, like, whatever they did, when you would go to like an independent film's like page to watch the thing, it'd be like, this content is no longer available.
Wow.
Like they actually removed a lot of independent filmmakers' content, and I don't know what their motivation was.
Maybe a lot of short films?
Yeah, a lot of short films, a lot of just even independent features like.
So, like, what about some of your short films? Were they out on there, or are they still there? Or gone,
Not yet, because after this year, we're officially going to remove Keep in the Dark and Playdate from the festival circuit.
Yeah.
We're thinking about we had an idea of turning that into a web series too, where basically an anthology. So it's like, Keep in the Dark was our first thing, so that would be episode 1.
Oh, yeah, if you have enough of the little horror things, or thrillers, or horror, or dark stuff, or whatever.
Yep, exactly. And we would just have something that ties them all together. Like, I think our idea right now is that the survivors of each one are visiting the same therapist. And because, like, we're trying to do like a Hitchcock Presents or something, have like somebody some character that kind of ties everything together.
That seems to be the popular thing now. Like American Horror Story kind of does that, and then Shudder has a bunch of stuff that. And I know a lot of people, like, I'm going to New Jersey Horror Con this weekend, and a lot of people do their features now. They do so many shorts, and they do a wraparound. So I've seen that quite a bit. Like I remember going to a couple of these and seeing a short like years ago, and then I see another short, and then all of a sudden there's the feature, and the 2 shorts are in the feature. I'm like, wait a minute, did I see this before? Like years ago at the same festival? Yeah. That was quite a bit. Are you guys going down this weekend to Jersey HorrorCon? Do you have anything in it? Because this was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's playing Saturday.
I think about 2 o'clock.
About 2 p.m.
Yeah.
So,
2:45.
So we'll be there for that.
Cool. Yeah, we'll be down there too. Like we get a few of us were like trying to get a hotel room, and they're like so ridiculous right now. So we're like 15, 20 minutes away. But definitely going to be there on Saturday, so I'm excited for that. It's been so long. So
we've actually never we had a Playdate play at that one, but we missed the screening.
I was there. I saw it there. I remember that. I was there.
we missed the screening. I don't remember why. And then we went down for the awards because we were nominated for something. But that's all we got out of it. So this will actually technically be the first time we were there, really.
Yeah.
So.
'Cause I remember picking up like our passes. The guy who's at the booth was like,
Yeah.
"You know it already screened, right?" Yes.
Yeah, it's so hard there. There's so many going on. There's so much going on at that place. So you miss everything. But the award show is fun. I remember Ming was a host of a bunch of the award shows down in New Jersey Horror Con. One time there was a filmmaker who was there, and he said, I have to go to this other fest. I have to go to Garden State was at the same time. So he like messages me and goes, "Hey, you're going to the award show. If I win, can you accept my award for me?" And I said, "Sure." And I was next to someone. I go, he's not going to win. The first award announced, he won. So I had to go up and get his award. And I'm like, he was so nice. I'm like, I'm keeping this thing.
Yeah, I know.
I had it for the longest time, but everyone thought it was me who won. And I was trying to explain that I'm just here to accept it on his behalf. And everyone's like, congratulations, congratulations. And I'm like, whatever, I won.
I think the only time that's happened for us was Brightside, actually. 'Cause,
Oh, yeah.
Melissa and Teresa accepted awards for us. Well, for when Playdate was having its run at Brightside.
That's right, yeah.
And then we did that for them with Best of Fest recently. And then obviously Grace got our actual plaque.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that was fun. That was really cool to be back there in Brightside and doing all that. So it was a fun day. Wish more people would come, but it was still pretty crowded. But it could have been like really crowded. But then again, you'd be like, oh, it's too crowded. But yeah, that was a fun day. It was the Student Film Awards, and I was like, well, she's here today, so might as well do that. We did that, and then she won. So she was happy.
She didn't expect that.
No,
either, so
well, she
that
didn't
was
expect
nice.
it. So that was really cool. Yeah, it was a great reaction. I wish I had the video. She's like, what? Well, first I didn't know if she was there.
Yeah.
Because she went to the film, and then I guess they went to lunch or went somewhere. So I'm like, oh, I have this. I was gonna give the awards, and then she showed up right when we started. So, or I saw her right when we started. She might have been there. I was like, oh, okay. So right when I saw her on the corner of my eye, I'm like, all right, it's time. Did they videotape that for you or no? Just
No,
Yeah.
I think Steve actually sent us a photo through Facebook.
oh.
So that's how we first saw that she had it.
I wonder if there's any other photos out there or whatever. I'm not sure. We had so much going on those 2 days. I was like, when it was over, I'm like, oh, jeez. But it's good to be back. What about any other festivals coming up other than New Jersey Horror Con that you guys got some stuff in?
We have it's Macabre Fair Film Festival, which is now in Lebanon, Tennessee.
Tennessee?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's this. What is it? Hold on. I know it's October 3rd.
The first one's September 30th.
Yeah, September 30th.
Is Keep in the Dark.
So is it like a week long?
It's
Macabre Fair?
I think it's like a long weekend
Wow.
kind of a thing.
So Playdate and Keep It in the Dark play on September
30th.
30th, sorry. October 3rd, our feature, God's Law,
Oh.
will be playing.
Wow.
I don't know what times, though.
That's a
And-
crazy move. Weren't they in like Long Island before or Pennsylvania or something like that? I forget where
Yeah, I
Macabre
read
Fair
that.
was.
I read that they were started in Long Island. They moved to Philadelphia area, and now they're in
They just keep
Tennessee.
moving all
Yeah.
around. Tennessee, that would be fun. Oh my god.
And we may go to that because we're also just got word today. I don't know which film. When you enter, that's what I hate. When you enter multiple films into a
Oh,
festival,
yeah.
and they're all like, "You've been accepted." I'm like,
And they don't say which film.
Which film?
Absolutely, I can't stand that. Especially with students. I have all these student films I put in, like 5 or 6,
yeah.
and they say that. Oh, you've been accepted. I'm like, which one of the 6? I have no idea. Who do I contact?
So, Fright Fest, I think it's called.
Fright Fest from like Great Adventure. Fright Fest.
I don't know. It's in what the hell is it?
I don't know if that's what it was called. It was something with fright in it.
I just got the word today.
Oh.
It's in.
On the road here.
Yeah.
Because we're like an hour and a half away.
It's in Kentucky. So.
We got the email.
Kentucky.
And that's about the same weekend. I think it's the first Fright Night Film Fest
Oh,
in Louisville, Kentucky. I think.
wow.
Then
I've been to Louisville, Kentucky, and it is fun. It is fun there. It's crazy.
and we also have Northeast Film Festival.
Oh, you
on
got something in that too? That's
yeah.
coming up, yeah.
September 12th. They're playing Ebb and Flow.
Oh, cool.
And
I'll be there on Sunday. Some part of Saturday and part of Sunday. We have an event around here at Smod Castle that I'm going to on September 11th, which so I'm leaving. You know, I usually am there for the whole thing with Larry's thing and help out, but I'm like, I double booked.
Yeah, we're
Happens a lot.
Yeah.
We'll be there Sunday.
Be there Sunday? Yeah, I'll see you Sunday. I have to go there. We're doing he's doing. I keep saying where we're like I have nothing to do with that festival. So when you go in, there's always a room. There's like a party room where they have like the red carpets and stuff.
Yeah.
So he has another set going on in there. So we have a screen and basically it's like Brightside in there for one set. For I think it's mostly like a foreign set.
Okay.
Because usually
There's
one
not
or two
much
people that
audience,
come. But to fit everything in, I mean, and it's that's a nice place. We were there. I don't know. The last time we were there, I'm just thinking about it. Like since we haven't been there in so long because it was like closed down. I'm like, it is so cool to watch this stuff in a theater. It really is.
Yeah.
And we always actually try to
Find ones
that are in a theater. And I know Joe's always all like, we haven't seen this in an actual theater yet.
Yeah.
He's always looking for ones that play in an actual theater. I think the one in the Macabre Fair one is in an actual theater, isn't it? In Tennessee?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Lebanon
awesome.
Cinemas or something like that.
That is cool. It's probably like a really cool outside, like old school when you walk in. I love those. It's hard to find.
Yeah.
There's not too many of those anymore, and then a lot of them closed down during all this. So
And that's actually kicking ourselves because we rarely miss a festival, especially a local one. We missed. It was Jersey City Pop Up.
Yeah.
Played You're It.
oh, we did that in the theater.
Yeah.
We got the theater for
And-
that. That's when I was thinking like, this is cool.
And we couldn't go, and we're like,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
but we'll see you at Northeast Horror.
Yeah.
We'll see it then. That went virtual. We never got to see it in the theater.
Oh,
so
that's right. Oh,
That's one that's killing me right now. But that one's still pretty early on in its run. It's not, it's only a year in. Not even a year in yet.
yeah.
I think October will be a year.
You guys got anything else that you're gonna start working on now after you got this big project done?
Well, starting next year, because we always hold off because they always have these arbitrary, like, your film must have been completed before this date
Yeah.
things. And it's like, I understand if it's like 5 years old and you want to get new stuff, but like, come on. But so we put one of our films on the back burner. We actually did it. We did Keep in the Dark, we did Godzilla, and then Assisted Suicide.
Yeah.
Then we did a film called A Cosplay Life.
Oh, that one I didn't see. I think
It's not released yet.
No.
We put it on hold because Outtake Productions are like, let's do some co-productions. Like, hell yeah, finally, let's do this. So we
That's
did
pretty cool.
did The Angry Man, Forgotten, and
Yeah.
Playdate. Then we did You're It and Best of Fest, and we just
Yeah.
kept going. And it's like,
And you,
It just
and you
kept-
held the other one?
yeah,
all
it
the time?
just kept going. It just kept getting pushed aside. So that one
There
will
were
be-
some editing issues, but
Yeah.
they had to work through too.
yeah, and
But
we're still in the process of trimming it down a bit, but
Is it a short?
yeah. But that will be released next year.
Cool.
It's
And next year's not that far off. it's like next year is like 3 months away.
yeah, but it will be completed. It's basically like if a popular high school girl was secretly a nerd, she had to keep it from everybody.
Ah,
But what if one of the nerds found out and became like her arch nemesis, and and they have to battle it out through video games? and
Really?
That's
Oh, wow.
We went really dorky with this one, but
wow. How did you do the video game shots? Is that why it's a lot of editing and things?
yeah, we
partly that's because we were an idiot. We're idiots. Like thought we had to like. We did something with the thing with the actual video game that delayed it for months and months, and then at the end of it, we're like, we didn't have to do that.
do
at all.
it.
We didn't have to wait. We could have just did it a different way, and it would have been just as good.
yeah,
We're just idiots.
Did you guys ever see Scott Pilgrim versus the World?
yeah.
I love that movie. I really did. When that first came out, I was actually in San Diego Comic-Con when they had a whole thing. That was my first and only time there, and I was in the big theater and they introduced it, and then we went to go and check it out, and I was like, "This movie's awesome." I'm like, "It's gonna make millions of dollars," and then it totally bombed in the box office. But it was so cool. It was so different, and I mean, like everyone in that cast now is like all big time. But that was pretty cool. That was a cool moment. I do like that movie. Is it anything like that at all? Like with the effects and stuff?
No,
Not,
this is-
I mean, with the
We talked about doing like, it would have been like lame, but we talked about doing like instead of showing like video game footage or whatever, I'll have them dress up,
do actual cosplay.
do like an actual cosplay, and but they'll be like
Yeah.
in the game.
yeah,
But we just never
never did it that
we
way.
never followed through with that. We were just like,
There's reasons for that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have to create like a video game?
No, we actually used World of Warcraft, recorded actual gameplay footage of that for it.
Cool. That'll be interesting to see. And then, how do you do it? Like voiceover?
Oh no,
how
we
you get
actually did the
Their
like
voices?
the chat.
voices
No, we
that-
did like
the
the
chat thing?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because we tried to keep it as real as possible. Because
Yeah,
that's
because that's what it is, right? That's
yeah.
what,
And when we played World of Warcraft, oh my god, the just lack of social skills and sexism and it's so ridiculous. A lot of the dialogue we lifted directly from stuff we've experienced.
Oh, wow.
or from like just searching forums and going, that's hilarious to think that part.
And so the antagonist's dialogue is actually really
Pretty crazy.
crude
Oh.
and just offensive, and she speaks like
Vulgar.
a guy because that's like online everybody's a dude.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just weird that they don't recognize that yes, fucking women, girls, they all play games. Like, it's not just us.
That's true. That's true. Did you see the new movie Free Guy?
No.
Where he is in the video game?
Mm.
That was another one that was like, I went in thinking, it's not going to be that great, and I loved it. It was so funny. Well, it's Ryan Reynolds. It's hysterical, but it was so funny and so well done. So, yeah, I didn't think Pilgrim would be good in that because I was like, all the effects and all that. And I was like, no, they were really good movies. It's amazing. But, yeah, so you got that. Is it a comedy or is it just like flat out dark?
No, that's straight up comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's it's just fun, crude, stupid humor. I personally think because it stars Grace as the antagonist. She's the nerdy girl who finds out that the popular girl is.
I think that's the last time she acted for us too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She doesn't really want to act, so we got her in that, and I think that's
she
her,
good?
I think that's her best performance.
Yeah.
And Angelica Jays.
And she doesn't want to continue it?
No.
Aw.
Angelica Jays plays the main girl. She's she was in Godzilla. She had a small part in Godzilla. I'm like, what, let's get her a bigger role.
Yeah.
And she kind of inspired the character because she doesn't look like a nerd really. Like she dresses like normal, I guess. But when you talk to her, you're like, okay, she's
Kind of a nerd.
yeah, she's kind of like the rest of us.
Oh, so when you were down in filming down south, and did you work with a bunch of new actors or actors you already worked with? Like, or did you work with some new actors? You were like, man, you're pretty good. I want to use you in something.
Sort of, but it was we'd either worked with them through outtake product on their
Because
productions.
they usually work with the same kind of.
Yeah, but they're always just like us. They keep getting more and more people. Like they're
Yeah, yeah.
expanding.
Like,
who they
I mean, you
work
guys have so many. I mean, some people appear again and again, but I mean, you could tell it is expanding with so many different
Yeah.
actors.
with. Basically, if you see us working with people over and over again, it's because we love working with them.
Yeah.
And it's mostly not even necessarily about their talent. It's more about how well you get along with them. But yeah, they're
Down there was Melissa and Diane were the only actors that we ever worked with.
Oh, so they were
LA.
pretty much new ones. Yeah.
Oh, Angry Man, yeah.
Yeah, LA was in
But
Angry
then
Man.
Tessa,
It's also really cool to see
And
them
Joe.
play in like totally different roles. Like if you have them in a comedy and then you put them in a thriller,
yeah.
it's cool to see that. I like
Yeah.
that. So.
And I think these roles were actually written for
the main people.
Because like you were saying, Joe and Tessa, they were on, or so the story goes. So Melissa's worked with them before, but this was our first time, I think, actually working with them. Yeah, Joe's girlfriend Sabrina did the makeup for Forgotten and Playdate.
Okay.
So she created dead kids for us a lot.
Are there any dead kids in this series?
Yes, actually. We didn't write it though.
Are they new? Did you say any of the same kids you've worked with before?
No, these are all new kids. Yeah.
Melissa's
It's her family, yeah.
relatives.
Yeah.
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 Because I know you guys worked with kids before, and you do pretty good with them and work well with them.
Yeah,
and some of them you work with again.
Yeah. Again, if we get along with them and they work well, yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like it's just a matter of time before we get that like nightmare. So maybe we should just like quit while we're ahead. Quit working with kids. Just a matter of time before something happens.
Well, like you'd be working with actors that you can't stand either.
Yeah.
Like, get out of
Yeah,
here.
that actually hasn't really happened either.
Usually because we don't go back to actors that we have problems with. I mean, we just
let it go, right?
at this point, like we don't have Hollywood money, so we can't put up with this crap. We need people that can get the job done, who we like working with, who are good,
and who don't
talented.
Don't mind doing other things on set, maybe.
That
Yeah,
too.
that's it. Hold the boom for us in the scene.
Like I remember on Godzilla, our main actor Austin, the one day he was doing the clap.
Oh yeah.
He was happy to do it. He was like, "Yeah, I'll do it."
And actually,
We weren't sure about asking him, but he's like, "Yeah, I'll do it." He was fine with it.
Grace, who starred in that, was our assistant director. She was the only other crew member, really. We had AJ once in a while,
And then
for PA.
When we do stuff with outtake, it's everything. It's all hands on.
Yeah.
All hands on deck.
Yeah, they get shit done. They don't mess around. Like Diane for this one, for Kith and Kin, she was the one. She starred in. She's been in Assisted Suicide. She was the perky friend, the redhead, and she's been in Angry Man. And you've probably seen a lot of her work, but
And did she direct?
no, she was assistant director.
Assistant.
She sort of directed by proxy the couple scenes.
Yeah, in New Jersey,
Oh.
because the director had to go back to college.
Oh, so like
Yeah,
I mean, she talked to.
second unit director, basically.
kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, like she knew what Rainey wanted, and she just kind of did what she would want. So, but yeah, she was doing everything in North Carolina.
And acting too.
Yes, but I think she gave herself 1 or 2 days acting, not much, but
Yeah.
she
kind of crammed it all into basically one day, really.
Yeah. We can't give too much away, like how we were
Yeah.
able to do that, but yeah, it was.
But I wish I had known earlier because that I didn't have to do the boom every time.
Every time.
I didn't have to always do it.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the shoot, I was all like, I wish I didn't have to do the boom all the time, but whatever. And then everyone's all like, kind of made it known that like you kind of didn't have to.
Didn't have to.
Because I think they were like, thanks for doing the boom. Like I thought that was my job.
I remember I was doing working on a short once, and we were outside, and it was a long scene. It had to be like a 10-minute scene, and I'm holding the boom like this the whole time outside, and I'm like, can we finish this, please? My arms were like shaking. I'm like, it was a good workout day, I guess. And the sun was beating down on me because they were all covered and I wasn't. So I'm like, oh, it's red as can be. So that was fun.
Where can the boom go? Middle of the sun. See that spot where the sun's going down on it? That's where you go.
That's where you stand. You're going to burn to death. The actors are fine. They're all blocked off. You're just like sweating and red and shaking. I'm like, when are they going to yell cut? Please yell cut. God damn it. So that's how I feel sometimes with that. But yeah.
I always somehow managed to find myself in the corner, just crammed in the corner with the camera. Like every shoot, there's at least one scene where I'm just like, yeah, over there it's good. Right in the corner where I have no room to work this thing.
So how long were you guys down south?
It was 10 days?
10 days.
And it was just nonstop.
Well, we were 8 days shooting.
Yeah.
Down there for 10 or 11 days, I can't
Yeah,
remember.
about.
'Cause we got down there July 31st, I thought.
No.
Yeah, to scout the location a little bit.
And then we left on the 10th.
Yeah.
That wasn't too bad. I thought you guys were gonna go for like a whole month.
Nah, it's I think it's a relatively short series for them because I think it's 4 episodes, like
Ah.
15, 10, 10, 15 minutes I think.
About almost an hour long
Yeah.
total.
But do you shoot it like, I guess you shoot it like a TV show or like a movie?
Shot it like a movie, really.
Like a movie.
Yeah.
Because all in all, it's probably about almost like an hour and a half.
Yeah, well, it's about an hour.
About an
An hour.
But that's the one thing that Melissa makes sure to do in the script is to know where to cut it, where she wants to cut off in the script. But you don't necessarily film it like they just film it like it's a movie, like it's one connected
yeah.
story or whatever.
Oh.
But she knows where she wants to. Like this is episode 1 ends here, but it's not like I don't know, because we filmed the end of it first, and yeah, we're just like a movie. Whatever location you have, you film that.
Yeah, whichever
first.
actors, because we filmed a bunch of stuff with the main cast before some of the other people got there, just because we're like, okay, well, we can bang this out.
Yeah.
No need to keep these people around.
No, that's the best. And, yeah. So who's editing all this?
That's Melissa.
She's going through it
Oh,
pretty
wow.
fast.
Right now,
she's got like a rough cut already.
Well, a rough cut. She's
Yeah. But she's also got a couple trailers that she's
Yeah.
cut. Everything else.
And did they? Does their company do a lot of this? A lot of web series?
Well, they've always done, or so the story goes, was their main thing.
Mhm.
They had like a spin-off, Jolly Rogers Case Files. And then I think, then they did the Angry Man, and then it was Block Watch, which they did during the pandemic, and because it was something they could do remotely. So literally, it's about a block watch, but they do Zoom call meetings.
Yeah.
Oh.
As far as I know, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think the only short films that they did were stuff with us.
Mhm.
Everything else they've done
I'm pretty sure.
is
yes.
web series
Oh.
stuff.
Yep.
So Angry Man and Best of Fest were their only short films,
I believe so. Yeah.
and they were with us. They were we co-produced them with them.
How's Best of Fest doing these days? Still out there doing well?
I
or-
asked Melissa because it's been a while.
Yeah.
And I think because of the pandemic, she kind of just put it on hold.
Oh.
I think she said she's going to start getting it back out there. So
It seemed like it was doing all right though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before
Some comedy
COVID.
festivals maybe or something to work in.
yeah, I told her about one. I forgot to tell the specific name, but it's Brett's.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's up in
Right.
Nyack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rhino Comedy Film Festival.
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
up
that.
in I like that area. I hope they have it. Yeah, I'm sure they'll have it now, right?
Yeah, because we just got to know that with What Can I Say, and it went virtual.
Oh, that was the second one. Oh, because I remember going up there for one of them, and it was the last days before everyone had to shut down. It was the last day, and we're like, how many people there had COVID? Because people were feeling sick. Actually, they were feeling sick up there. We were up in Nyack area, and
That
Where-
was when we did Ebb and Flow. We were in the city in Manhattan filming.
oh yeah, when you were filming that,
It
right?
was
That
like
was crazy.
a day or two before they shut everything
I
down.
believe it was 2 days before.
And the actress, Caitlin, was feeling a little sick when she
No.
left, and we were just like, oh no.
Wasn't that was the one where the other actress canceled and she played both roles, right?
Yep.
Mhm. Maybe that's why she was feeling sick.
Yeah, and that got a lot of attention. We got a lot of praise for that on Long Island International
Yeah.
Film Expo because of some people were like thought she was twins. They did not know it was the same actress.
Yeah.
I was like, read the credits now. And
Well, it's hard to do what you guys did there, especially
It was
in
the-
the time crunch and everything going on.
Well, I
and
don't,
then- and
I
it
don't
was
know
her
if we
project.
ever
School.
mentioned this. Grace had to rewrite that too that night before. We were in Manhattan.
Night before. Wow.
We were in Manhattan. The first night we were supposed to be
that-
shooting, and instead of
Was it because?
because the actors dropped out.
Yeah.
Grace had to sit there and figure out how to make it make sense with, same actors playing different roles,
Yeah.
kind of a thing, and she
And-
just sat there and,
and I
rewrote it. that
basically
night.
told her, I was like, theoretically, I can cut this together. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But I know how to film. But there were certain things that like I overlooked. She saw it, I guess, on set and knew, like she was gonna have to draw in seams to make
Oh.
it like
The shadows. Like,
the shadows, things
where,
like that.
Where can I stand? Where can you stand? Where can we all stand so that
Yeah.
we don't have to like erase all the
Yeah,
shadows?
if you go to our website and look at the photos for Ebb and Flow, I do have like a before and after where it's like filming CC, filming Flow, final.
Wow.
Because like when you film CC, you'll see the cast or the crew rather on the other side of the room where CC is or where Flow is, and it's just like it's the same thing. It's just
Oh.
Forget that, man. The photo of the how we rigged it up so that we could do the crane shot
Oh,
from
yeah.
above the bed.
because we're in Manhattan, we didn't bring counterweight.
We forgot our sandbags and our counterweights
Wow.
and everything else, and, so,
And everything's tight there, right? It's all
Yeah.
tight.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
and we needed a shot, just like a bird's eye crane shot above
Yeah.
the bed. And we're like, how are we supposed to like? Yeah, well, luckily, Grace was like, I want to use the 6D. I don't want the black magic.
Yeah, we used a DSLR to film that.
So we got the little, so it's made it easier, but we still
Yeah.
had to figure out how to. So we're tying, was it our bags?
We
our
tied like
bike-
household extension cords through every bag we had, whether it was personal like clothing or if it was equipment
Is that
bags.
on top?
Just
The-
on just where the counter. We just
the
try and
counter
counter
to
it.
hold it down. Yeah.
it was ridiculous. Yeah, we have photos of that too. 'Cause it was like we did it again.
And because of the way it was, we had no monitor hooked up. We couldn't
see.
see what we were looking at. So we still had to like
Yep. Just
Fix
hope
it.
that it didn't move. Yeah.
fix it a little bit.
We kind of did
Got a
that.
photo.
Didn't you do that in like one day? 2 days?
2
One-
days.
2 days? 2 days?
We finished early actually with that one. We actually finished ahead of schedule because
Wow.
that's the woman who owned the apartment was all like,
Are
"Yeah,
you
they're
done?
they're shutting down Manhattan. You guys may want to go back to Jersey." We're like, "We just wrapped. Don't worry about it. Like, we're fine."
No elevator too. We had to carry our equipment
no.
up and down how many flights of stairs.
That's
Yeah.
like here,
Yeah.
right, Meg? It's like 5 flights.
Oh, we did that for Best of Fest in the last part of
Oh, yeah.
You're It. That was
That's
also
true, too.
carrying
the
all of
city?
all of our equipment. Yeah,
That
it
was in
Jersey
Jersey
City, but
The Jersey
yeah,
City.
A lot of I think it was 5 flights of stairs carrying all of our equipment.
Oh, jeez.
Well, we had help that time.
Yeah.
This was just me and you doing it.
Yeah,
Camera, lenses.
Oh, that was so
everything.
messed up. We're like on the sidewalk in Manhattan. Like, Grace, you stay with the equipment while we carry it up little bit. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, so that's it. It's really cool to see that one in Fest and win awards and stuff for all what you guys had to go through for
yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
And that was like for school too, wasn't
Yep,
it?
that was her like her thesis. That's what she graduated
Part
on.
of the reason she was so determined to
To
get
do it,
get it done is because, like,
Was
so
it due? Like was it due soon?
I think she had like a month to edit it
Yeah.
No.
or so.
Which for that was
Yeah, and
oh my god.
Wow.
she said that people in her class, her and one other kid,
Mm.
all kind of actually made a movie to like has their final. Everyone else kind of had to figure something else out
They would either just
Really?
like write a script or like storyboard or things like that. But
because of COVID. They
COVID,
couldn't get
yeah.
out, and then,
Wow.
but she was determined to like I wanted
Got to get it done, right? Got to
this
do it.
done.
yeah, editing that was a pain
Plus-
too because we had to bring our computer to her house, which we have like a 27-inch iMac. We had to bring that to her house, set
That-
up like a makeshift
The
like,
banquet table,
desk. Yeah, it was a banquet like card table. We're
get the
just, like,
chairs from the dining room, bring them upstairs.
And that's not an easy edit.
mm.
How did you work with the shadows in editing?
Because it was their shadows were fine, like the actress.
Yeah.
One
Those
actress.
other ones, like had you
But like
cut it out, or you
our
like, had it-
shadows, we had to crop out with our bodies. So sometimes we had to crop out more than we wanted to, and then have to bring in more from the other
Yeah,
shot. It
because
was-
normally you'd be like, well, we're filming here, so I'm going to put the boom here, and then, we're not going to get it. But we're also filming there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because the whole room was basically in play, kind of.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you had to figure out, like, what exactly, where can we hide?
And that was the other thing too. Was it was when we're doing like it was like from the perspective of the television. A lot of that.
Yeah.
That was a huge like a fisheye. I don't know if it was 8mm or 12
Oh, the
millimeter.
fisheye?
Yeah. We were. I couldn't do anything with the camera. I just set it up,
Yeah.
pressed record, and then sat in the corner. So we were all crammed in the same corner.
You know what was cool that we used on that, though, that we don't talk about enough, is that slider.
I
Yeah.
love
Bought it.
sliders.
We
I
bought
love
this-
sliders.
We bought that. This is the first time we used it. We bought it, I think, for that.
Yeah.
That inflow.
Yeah, because we couldn't bring dolly track to the city. That was
I do like sliders. You put it on a table like this. And
Yep.
Oh, it's so good.
yeah.
Yeah, is it an auto one, or like I have one for school that I got, but it's not like auto. You have to actually push it.
It's both. It's auto and
Yeah.
manual. And yeah, what's cool is that it doesn't just go like on the track. You can actually the camera will actually rotate, and it's pretty cool.
We did that for the shot above her shoulder.
We did it for we used it a couple times.
like,
Yeah.
And we moved down closer, I think.
Yeah.
And we used it again too. I don't remember.
There's a couple because there were very subtle movements in that film because again it's such a small
Small
space.
area. Yeah.
But hopefully it was felt, because that's direction. As you feel it, you're not supposed to see everything. You're supposed to.
And you said, yeah, so you guys were at the Long Island Expo?
Yeah.
And that went well? I know I
Oh,
wasn't
that
able
was-
to make it, but
That was fun. Yeah, that was.
that's it in the theater.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that was our first time.
Oh, I saw
there.
she did not a Q&A, but like
She did a panel.
Panel, yeah.
Yeah, Grace got into a panel
'Cause it was,
because of the disaster. Of
It was
her
basically like
production.
you're like what if you had interesting stories on the making of,
Mhm.
and she certainly did. So like,
Yeah,
okay.
She did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she did.
It was
Really,
pretty much a no-brainer for them to
yeah,
put her on the panel.
I think so.
I wasn't surprised that I was like, yeah, of course they were, 'cause that's a crazy story. You know?
Yeah, she did really good with that with
Yeah.
the panel.
That's cool.
I was happy with the way that went.
Manny Serrano.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was what do you call it? Like running the panel.
Oh, he was
questions.
running,
Like,
okay.
and he made sure to keep like everyone like asking.
Give 'em
grace.
equal time,
Yeah,
yeah.
giving them equal time. He did a good job.
We're happy with that because we have been on. I'm sure you've seen it too, where panels just like they just let. I've seen Q&As where somebody
People
just
take
dumped.
over.
We almost did it in Ohio.
We did do it in Ohio. I
And
felt
we didn't
bad. I wanted
think
to
about it.
apologize because we kind of dominated the damn discussion, and I didn't
Yeah.
mean to. And I was just like, because it was us and only one other person.
No, no.
And they got a good, some time, but it
It-
felt like we were talking way too much.
Basically, towards the end of the Q&A, it was just like the questions was being directed directly at us. It was like crap. That was plating, I think,
Oh,
because we had like everything play.
everyone had questions in the audience for
Yeah.
that one and all that. Yeah. Sometimes it's hard now. Sometimes those filmmakers just take over.
I know. Yeah, I know. We've
And
been.
someone with a 2-minute short film versus like 10 and 20 in features, and
Oh,
the
yeah.
2-minute guy talks forever.
Yeah, we've been on the other side of that too, where we're
Yeah.
just watching like all the questions go. But some of those people were very impatient. Like during Grace's, one woman got all the questions, and you just see one of the filmmakers get annoyed, and he just walks away and takes his seat. I was like, ow. Like I just roll with it. Like Grace actually just kind of embraced it. He started making fun of the stuff with the other filmmakers, and
Yeah,
There's always the person that asks a million questions.
But Long Island went pretty good. The panel was good. The films, the screenings were good and everything.
I like that theater there.
this is
So-
actually good networking too. It was-
Joe's a little mad though because I got there before him for a change, and I got the goodie bag. So I got the T-shirt, and he had to pay for his T-shirt.
yeah, I'm like,
And I got the badge. I was able to wear the badge.
They only gave one?
Yeah.
yeah.
one
You
badge.
get two, but you only
Well,
get one actual badge.
Yeah, it was like a +1 or whatever. So
Yeah.
he could either been me.
I could have
or
gotten a badge
Grace.
with, but it wouldn't have said "You're it" on it,
And
or
then,
Evan Flo, or whatever. Yeah, because we're there for
It's
two.
just a regular badge. That's film
Yeah.
guy, filmmaker. Who was the host for that? Usually they have a host for the awards, or did they not even have that? Or?
We missed the awards.
Yes.
We had to take Grace home, personal stuff, but it was.
We weren't nominated for anything anyway, so it didn't matter. But
Yeah.
we did plan to stay,
Yeah.
but then not really last second, but like we just said that.
The night before, we're like, okay, we got to take her home.
That's a long ride, though.
Oh, yeah.
Long Island. It's far
And
deep in there.
To get there was.
Traffic was nuts.
Yeah, because there was like two
Yeah.
accidents.
And
ridiculous.
What's funny to me is I'm looking at the GPS, and I think they took the traffic, like really like we'd be sitting there, and I'd look at the time and look at the miles, and we'd go maybe 2 car lengths up, but I'd see like 4 minutes go off the time. I'm like, okay, so it
It's
does
Long
take-
Island for you.
like it takes that into consideration. Once,
You can't get on the Long Island. You can't get off Long Island.
and they took us to through Manhattan, I think, and I don't know if that's normal for you to go through Manhattan to go to Long Island, but that's how
That's
they,
a tough one, but that's the trolley telling you to cut off traffic that way. Yeah, it probably does, oddly enough, if you take the outskirts of Manhattan and go over the bridges.
Yep.
we
Because
passed
you can
like
cut through Queens, and then Long
we
Island.
passed like 3 different accidents,
Mm.
also slowing
Yeah.
us down. The one car was on the bridge, right? It was just wrecked. I'm
Yeah.
like passing. I was like, sorry, bro.
Oh,
It was
man.
just
Yes,
totaled.
if like right now, like if you could put it in and be like, oh, yeah, it's like an hour and a half away from Long Island. No, that's 3, 4. We go in there for Thanksgiving every year, and it's like hell on earth.
Mm.
So we actually don't go anymore.
When we went to
It's like 4 hours to go an hour.
Point Lookout, though. We went
Yeah,
to
Point Lookout, yeah.
That was
That was
Wasn't it so bad?
It was
Yeah.
a lot easier to get to Point Lookout. At least the one.
Maybe it's the time of year too.
Yeah.
I
That
don't
could be
know.
it, yeah.
It's like Easterish time. I don't know. It's like, but when if like say we had it in the summer, Point Lookout, you can't get on there. Cars everywhere, no parking whatsoever, and you'd have to take the train to the town over and like get a ride because it is nuts. I've been there in the summers because grew up in the town next to it, kind of. There's Point Lookout, and then there's Long Beach. And so we were at Long Beach every summer, and actually the train goes from the city right to Long Beach, which is really cool. But you don't want to go there in the summer. Stay away. Stay away from Long Island in the summer.
Yeah, we never did figure out the parking for that venue either.
Oh, for Long Island.
We
Yeah.
just kind of parked where we wanted to.
Yeah, you just park and no one's.
Hoping we didn't get towed.
Yeah, we
or
didn't get towed, so
fined
it's
or
fine.
Whatever. I was looking for, what was it? B7 or something? Lot B7. I was like, I don't know where that
There's
is.
7 or 8. Yeah, we never found it.
There's 5, there's 6,
Yeah,
there's
just,
7.
it's just gone. It's not
There's
there.
8.
We just pretended like we were going on the train, right? We just
Yeah,
parked and went across
there's
the-
trains
Yeah.
over there. No one, they don't, if they're too busy. There's no cop walking around ticketing people. It's nonstop. But that's where I'm originally from. Not totally Jersey, but originally from that area, actually. So I know it. But a lot of family, so we're going in there. We go in there a lot. So it's cool to go and check that out. But Point Lookout, well, I'm excited. We're going to have that again this year. So it's going to be around that week of like Easter again. So excited to actually be there.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
We were only physically there the one time, right?
Yeah, the
the very
inaugural
first
one.
one.
Yeah, we were there the first year.
Yeah, we
with
only
Keep It
got
Dark.
we got through 2, and then we had to do online.
I think that virtual one we were part of, weren't we? Or Ebb and Flow, or one something.
Assisted
was-
Suicide
Assisted
was.
Suicide was.
So wanted to be there. I really did. Well, we'll do it again this time now. So we might even have actually pick up a different venue or the same venue. We'll see, because in the town over, they also have a brewery. So we're trying to see like, can we use the brewery this year instead? And then you can bring the food over from the other place, or there's like an awesome pizza place next door, and you can bring the food in there. But it's a cool brewery, so that'd be nice. That'd be really nice.
Definitely be different.
Yeah, yeah.
A film festival at a
in
brewery.
a brewery. Yeah, I think I wanted to do that for so long, and I wanted to travel, like have a traveling film festival and go from brewery to brewery to brewery. It's still there. I'm gonna do it. There's so many breweries I've been to that have just open spaces, and like they throw parties and stuff. So I'm like, festival. Every time I go, I'm like, festival. I have a list. Like, I travel the country and do this.
It's like Cullen's brewery hopping film festival.
Yeah. We have screens. We have the audio. We have the projector. I'm ready. We might even try it. There's in White Plains. There's a place that my cousin Steve and I go to quite often in White Plains, and so we're thinking we went to them. They already have a screen there, and we're like, and they're like, yeah, sounds good. And then this all happened, so we might have one. Do the Jersey City pop up turn into the brewery pop up? It could happen. So we'll see. But yeah. So what are you guys working on right now? Anything like right now?
Right now, we're working on 2 scripts. One's a
Features.
feature.
No.
Or I guess. All right, hang on. Let me just say my thing, and then you.
All right. Then I'll chime in and correct
Yeah.
you. Got it.
So
The usual.
The one feature we're working on, we're attempting to turn assisted suicide into a feature.
Oh.
So it's going pretty good so far, I think. We have it mostly laid out in terms of the story.
Yeah, we're able to keep the tone, but the pacing's a little better because I feel like that.
But would you reshoot it all or use some of the
Yeah,
footage?
reshoot it all because it wouldn't just be taking place in her apartment. There's gonna be more to the story and.
And some of the characters are going to change slightly just to make them a little more dynamic, I guess.
Yeah, names.
So because it's a
Yeah.
feature, you got to have more to them. And then we're trying to finish up a short. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know
I
what
don't know
we're
if I
talking
sh-
about. Well, we're trying to. We have a bunch of shorts written. Like most writers, we got.
I just
Yeah, you were doing it during all this crazy time,
Yeah.
right?
I just never know how much you should give away and
Yeah.
talk about. I don't know.
Well, honestly,
Because
right now,
concept-wise,
I think
it's
we're deciding.
fairly unique, but not
Yeah.
not completely unique. But
Well, we're deciding which one to do right now, and we know we want to write a short horror too. We've been talking about that. We gotta.
Yeah, go back to the horror. Away from that a little
Yeah.
bit.
Well, we're also working on another feature.
you talking about
Yeah.
the Columbine thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'll talk about that. It's the.
Oh, we're gonna just give anything away. That's.
I
come on,
can- we
that's
can
too
give it-
unique, man.
We
Come
can
on.
give it away though. Who's else gonna do it?
Little school one, a
And
little
it-
school.
No, it's
Oh.
it's about a person who's trying to make that turn that into like a reacting. reenactment.
The Columbine massacre into a reenactment as if it's part of American history, and I guess that's kind of the point we're making. Is it
like
not
those reenactment shows?
like that, like Civil War reenactors and stuff? And it is
or
like
there's a lot of shows, or like those ghost shows, where they have the real person sitting there talking, and then it cuts to the actors playing them in the reenactments.
So I guess the idea would be that his thought process is, how is this any different than reenacting a
Civil War
battle or something?
People died.
Part
it was
of
tragic.
American history, all that stuff.
But it is part of Americana now. Like,
but
sadly, it's not.
But it is supposed to be more of a comedy. We're going to try and do more of a ad-libbed, loose story structure.
We're going to try and do it like a Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Improv type
where we
thing.
have like an outline and maybe have certain things we want said, but let the actors kind of do what
And
they're
it's
going to
supposed
do.
to be like this guy's nuts for doing this. That's kind of the thing.
That's how you get away with it, basically.
Yeah.
I learned that from Matt and Trey of South Park. They said, you can say anything you want as long as one character goes, dude, that's not cool.
Yeah.
Then you get away with it. Like, as long as we have somebody understand, they're like, this isn't cool, guys. That's what
Those guys get away with a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably
Cartoons get away with a lot more than real stuff.
probably our attempt to try and get away with doing some stuff.
Yeah, we had that idea for a while, and we have an outline for it, but it needs to be a bit more detailed, I think.
So you got a lot of things in the possible making, a lot of written stuff. And
Yeah, and we have we're trying to get.
The other thing too is they'd be told more of like a mockumentary.
Oh, yeah, it's a
Spinal
mockumentary
Tap
style.
kind of
Yes,
style.
yes. And we're also, Grace is working on a short script. I think we talked about this too. She's got.
No, now she's done with school, right? So she's off and running.
Yeah, so Walter and Tall Drink of Walter and Better Safe Than Sunny are actually they exist in the same universe.
Oh,
But Tina Sky's character of the landlady is in both of those films.
oh, she is. She is. Yeah.
She's working on a third. It's supposed to be like a trilogy kind of thing.
The same character.
Yeah,
Again.
she's going to be in that one, and it's going to be the final
Would she
piece to that.
string them together?
They're
they're
very,
done?
it's very like
Very
loosely
different
together.
though,
I don't,
right?
I don't,
Yeah,
I don't know how she's going to do it.
The pun title and Bettina, the things that tie them together.
And-
Other than that, they don't really have much in common.
And the film's being exactly 5
Yeah,
minutes
she
long.
wants them exactly 5 minutes. Cut
Wow.
it right at 5.
The scripts are the same length, I think. Yeah.
Festivals love 5-minute shorts. She's got that down.
Yeah, believe me, we know, because my favorite film of ours still is Assisted Suicide, and I'm like, I know the reason that did not play as well as the rest is it's 18 minutes long
Yeah.
after heavily edited. In fact, we're doing another heavy edit.
You're editing it shorter? Wow.
Right now I got it down.
But it's
to
still under
16.
20, so I mean,
I know.
it's
Yeah,
still,
because the first cut was like 21.
21, and we're
The
like,
very first cut was 21.
and in fact, the first person to accept the film, or the second person, I'm not sure, but one of the first was like, this isn't the version I saw. Where's the version with this ending? And I'm like, and I said, we'll send it to you. Play which one you want. And she ultimately decided to play the shorter one. But yeah, she liked the current version ends on like an ambiguous note. You don't know what Kristen's gonna do. That's what was always our intent. You just back out of the apartment and leave her alone
Yeah.
with her thoughts, and you decide. The original one, we kind of went there, but she failed. She wakes up, vomits, and then it was Nancy, her friend, waking up in bed, and like she's upset because nobody liked her Kristen's suicide note that she posted on social media. She's like, it's got no likes or shares and no reactions. And like the joke is, well, the husband wakes up, which I would actually played that part. Wake up and I'm like, well, you liked it at least, right? And she's like, yeah. And she's like sneakily does it, and that's what, and it ends on like just a close up of that little stupid crying emoji thing, and that's where we ended it. That's what the woman liked. She's like, I love that ending. Because that's one thing I found about that was people really liked the social media aspect of that. Well, nowadays you have to do it grand, like you have to put it out there for the world to see. I'm like, basically, yeah. But yeah, I know the length of that hurt that a little bit.
Yeah. But I mean, it's still played a lot of places and
Yeah.
everything. It's still not too long.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that's good.
Since we're plugging all this stuff anyway,
Yeah, keep plugging.
we can't really tell you what it's about because we're working on our own kind of web series too. We've written, I think, 3 episodes of it, but this is like almost more like a TV show. Like they're standalone. There's a single person like character that's throughout, and it's kind of his story or whatever. But I think we got 3 episodes, right? And then we have 3 episodes and a joke episode.
That's why
Or
it
is
made you
it-
think of it, because we did do a joke episode with the characters
So
from
is it-
Assisted Suicide
So is it
involved.
4 total, or is it 2 and then the joke?
No, it's at least 4. It might even be
Okay.
5.
So we have a few episodes that run, but we're not.
We're not
that-
pushing that right
yeah,
now.
that might be a little bit because we got to kind of finish,
Yeah.
polish that up, and then
And we have
To
Are
do
you guys
some-
filming anytime soon?
we have to decide what just. I mean, we would put all of our effort into Kith and Kin because that was got delayed a year. It was a lot of it was special to pretty much everybody involved, so we had to make it as good as we could.
Yeah.
Now that that's finished, it's kind of like this decompressing
Yeah.
kind of thing right now. But it's either going to be Grace's film, which is Legs for Daisy. That's her pun title. Or one of ours, but it might actually be, I don't know, because Melissa has a friend who he was in Best of Fest too. He's the other guy. in it.
Yeah.
Brian.
Yeah.
He has a script. He wanted to
Oh.
film, so
we were supposed to do that last year.
yeah, that was another thing that got delayed. So I think that's back on, but no specific dates. So whenever we're available for that,
Yeah.
we're gonna do it. So it's really at this point we don't know.
I guess
It's mostly about deciding.
hopefully it'd be end of this year or very beginning of next year. We'll film something,
Yeah.
probably a short, but who knows?
Yeah. You never know, but you guys got a lot going on right now, and your film's playing all over the place right now. You got this weekend.
Hmm.
So this weekend, and is it the following weekend? You got another one?
Yeah. Yep. The 4th and then the 12th.
Oh, so you're every weekend in September, pretty much.
Yeah,
Getting
then
there
I
in the
think
beginning.
the 3rd weekend is off, and then the final weekend is the Macabre Fair.
Yeah. Yep.
Are you going to be traveling to these places, or no, or yes, or?
We're definitely going to
The local ones always.
New Jersey
Yeah, okay.
HorrorCon and Northeast. Possibly going to the one in Tennessee. We're not sure yet.
And if we go to the one in Tennessee, we might be able to go to the one in Kentucky
Because
because
it's not.
Yeah,
It's kind of close.
I think we looked it up already. It's like 3 hours away.
That's it.
So it's
Yeah.
not that. I mean, we're 3 hours from where we
From
live
Atlantic
to
City.
Atlantic City,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we're going there Saturday. So.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
that's kind of the way we're looking at it.
That's why we're going to. I wasn't going to go down till Saturday morning, and then talking to some people, like, well, it is expensive right now down there, but it'd be nice to just go down Friday night somewhere close,
Yeah.
chill, and then go Saturday morning right there. You don't have to drive.
Yeah.
So that's probably what we're going to do because we have our films are playing at like noon or 11 or noon or something like that. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
I
but
think that might be why we missed play dates.
it was early.
It was been 3. We would have to leave at like 5 in the morning or 6. It
Wow,
was
yeah.
for some reason play date played
Really early?
Yeah.
I could have sworn I saw it there. Well, I've seen it a million times, but I think I saw it there for some reason. I think I was there early and saw it. Was it a Sunday that it played?
Yeah, it was. It was
Yes,
the same.
because I was up early Sunday and I went, and then I went. I left. I did see it, and I think I did. I think we're Saturday or Sunday, but I walked out of there, and I right in front of there was the director for Friday the 13th Part 7, which I love. I love Friday the 13th Part 7, and there's the director sitting there. I'm like, I gotta talk to this guy. There was no one there. I'm like, I gotta talk to him. So I start talking to him, talking about film, and he's talking to me, and he's like, "Oh, sit down." So I'm sitting down. We're just shooting the crap, and he's telling me the coolest stories ever. He signed a poster for me and everything. He died the next day.
Wow.
Died the next day. And I was like, like I was planning to maybe shoot with this guy.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was one of, it's weird,
Well-
but it is one of my favorite Friday the 13th is the New Blood.
Good thing you sat down and talked to him.
I know it was a cool conversation,
Literally,
and
your
I know
last chance to do it.
I learned something that probably not many people know, and it's an awesome idea that he had and he really hasn't told many people, and I got to hear it, and I was like, that is so cool, and then it didn't happen.
Mhm.
But yeah, I didn't even know, and then like. I was talking to my students actually and saying, "Oh yeah, I met this guy, like this thing. I love this movie." And they're like, he died. I'm like, "What are you talking about?" You're like, he died. I'm like, "No, he didn't. I just talked to him 3 days ago. He's not dead." And he's like, "Yeah, he died. Look." And they showed me, and I was like, the next day after I talked to him, he was dead. I was like, "What?" Wow.
It happened to us a couple times. We didn't actually meet him, but I'm gonna butcher his last name. Is it Sid Haig?
Yeah,
Captain Spaulding?
Yeah, yeah.
We were
Oh.
in Vegas for a film festival, and it was
And he
also
was there?
a convention. And we're eating at a restaurant, and he's right there, like, eating soup. And I'm like, holy crap. That's him. I was like, I'm not going to be one of those assholes who like, bothers somebody while they're at a restaurant.
Yeah.
I was like, we're going to the convention. We'll just see him there.
Yeah.
He was never at a seat. Like, or rarely at a seat.
Oh,
just
yeah,
like,
just walking
and
around
it was
doing stuff.
Well, it was probably because of his age and his health and stuff. So, and then he died shortly after that. And I'm like, damn. Should have met him. Should have.
Yeah.
Because we got to meet Jerry Stiller before he died. Worked on a film with him.
Wow.
That was like our first kind of film experience.
That's cool.
Was we're PAs on a film.
And you had to work with him?
Yep.
That's awesome.
Very nice.
Joe got to hold an umbrella for him to keep the sun out of
Yeah.
his face.
Wow.
Yeah, if you look at certain photos of that film, I'm strategically cropped out because I'm standing behind him holding an umbrella. But I'm just a PA, so like you gotta. No, we don't want to see that.
That must have been a cool experience, though. I do like
It was.
those
He was,
experiences.
he was because when he wasn't filming, he was just like sitting on the sidewalk or like somebody drives by and just like screams out the window, "A Festivus for the rest of us!" And he's just like, and
does
I'm like,
he just ignore it, or does he
no,
like?
that's what I'm
wave
saying.
or-
He was like,
He was like,
he asked his.
he was, thank you.
Yeah, he asked his manager what he said, and she tells him, he's like, "Oh, thank you." And just like, yeah, I was just like, "Oh, that's so freaking cool." Like most people would be annoyed or just,
Yeah.
He just like embraced it, which is cool because he's kind of like basically like, I'm glad you like my work, basically.
That is pretty cool. I like it when actors do that kind of stuff. For like when we were down at the New Jersey Horror Con, I was with Ming actually there, and Thomas Wilson. We went up to him and talking to him, and as I'm walking away, I said, "Oh, we're gonna take a picture with you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow, whatever." And he goes, "All right, butthead." And I was like, "Yes!" He called me a butthead. That was the coolest thing ever.
Oh, yeah. Also in Vegas, PJ Souls was doing a Q&A for Halloween, and she called me out in the audience because wearing a shirt with her face on it. Yeah, it's like Fright Rags. It's just her character and it says "totally" on it. Yeah. And then like the next day she was wearing. Oh no, she was wearing the same shirt that day. Yeah. So the next day, yeah, we got a photo with her.
Yeah, so there's so many funny stories. There should be some fun stories this weekend. So if anyone wants to go down to New Jersey Horror Con, it's happening on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday down in the Showboat. So go see their film. I got some student films playing, and I'm in a horror PSA. I'm in it. Actually, I think I kill somebody in it. I kill a kid in it with a pillow. In a horror PSA. So it's pretty wild. So I'm actually going to be on the screen. Yay! So that's this weekend. I think all our films are playing Saturday. So come on down Saturday. And there's a lot of cool celebrities down there I'm going to check out and talk to a couple, hopefully. We'll see. So, and then the award show, and Keith Coogan's hosting the karaoke party at night. Don't miss that karaoke party if you go. It's fun. It's always fun. Marvell Jones did it the last time.
Keith Coogan from Adventures of Babysitting?
Yes, and Don't Tell Mom the
Don't Tell Mom
Babysitter's Dead.
That's
Yeah, so he'll be down there hosting that this year. Ming's host. Did you host that before ever?
Not at that
New
con.
Jersey Horror Con.
Not at that con. Nope.
No, we've been there though, but didn't host that one. We were down in Houston when he hosts the big ones in Houston, and they're crazy. So, right?
oh yeah, they're not. They're crazy. Absolutely insane.
Absolutely insane. We got to bring that back next year, right? Next Memorial Day weekend.
It'll be back.
It'll be
I have
back.
no doubt.
We missed it this year because of all this. So.
Yeah, we actually played in Houston
You did?
recently when it just opened. Stuff started opening back up, but we
Oh.
didn't get to go. But yeah.
Yeah. It's so much fun to go down there. There's we go down to Comic Palooza every year, and they do have a film festival. It was off for a year, but it's coming back, and it's a film festival. So if you got stuff, definitely. I don't think it's open yet, but they're gonna open it up. Comic Palooza, awesome con, awesome fest, good time. You got to submit. Well, thanks for being here today, guys. We're back in the studio. Do you guys want any closing things you want to promote and talk about?
I don't know. I feel like we talked about everything.
Got everything,
We
yeah.
talked about too much.
It went over an hour. That's how quick it was. It was like boom, like holy cow.
Oh.
We got a lot in.
Just keep your eye out for Kith and Kin and A Cosplay Life next year. Follow Jobert Entertainment on Facebook, Instagram. You can follow Twitter if you want. We don't really do anything with it, but it's there. And Outtake Productions.
Website.
is on Facebook, and
Can they see some of your old stuff out there?
not yet. Soon.
Oh,
That'll be
that's right,
early
you
next
gotta
year
put it
too.
on the,
Yeah.
on the website
As
soon.
soon as we retire, like from the film.
Oh yeah, they're still
festival.
going. So
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, Keeping the Dark is playing.
oh my god, that
On
thing's
September
doesn't
30th.
stop, does
Yeah.
it? You make a horror film like that, and there's so many horror film festivals, and they're so good to the films.
Well, that's the thing too, is that we didn't. That was our first one. We didn't really know how to navigate the
Yeah,
circuit,
yeah.
so it was kind of slow. The first year we didn't get into anything.
4
Oh.
years running now.
Yeah, I
4
think.
years.
Wow.
4.5 years.
It's amazing what you can do with a horror film and just keep going. When I did a few years ago, we played in Vegas. I was like,
long
why
as-
not submit it?
Yeah, as long as they don't have the, must have been completed.
It must
by
have been
this,
completed.
we'll
Just keep going with it,
we'll
right?
Just keep it going.
Sometimes you can't tell unless you have like a young actor and they're like 10 years older now. You ever see those movies like you think it's new and like the actor's so young
Yeah.
and you're like, wait, how'd that happen? That was like Matthew McConaughey when he was all famous. They released the horror that he did, that Chainsaw Massacre movie
Right,
he
right,
did
right,
and with
yeah.
Renee Zellweger, and they look
Yeah.
like they're 18 years old and they're like 30 something now.
Yeah. Yeah, because the studios tried to stop that from coming
They
out.
tried to
'cause
stop it.
They were just trying to capitalize off of their fame because
Yeah.
they knew the movie was
It
terrible.
was terrible. I had a video store then, and I had it on the shelf because I was like, Matthew McConaughey, Renee Zellweger. So I had it,
Yeah.
and I watched it, and I'm like,
Yeah, I
it's so
think I've
bad.
only seen it once. I sat through it once. I'll probably do it again just to make
It was
fun
like a
of
whole
it.
dinner scene thing that was
Yeah.
just, wow, oh my
Very
God.
weird.
no. That's crazy. But, yeah, so thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you guys on the next one. And hope to see you guys this weekend.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Thanks for having us.